Now at 10 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, even after numerous complaints, a man says the stray animal problem is becoming dangerous. Plus, a volcano in Hawaii marks a major milestone, 1 full year of on and off eruptions with no signs of stopping. And a major pediatric group says the government cut their funding in retaliation, the lawsuit that could impact rural health care.
Don't be fooled, behind me is actually some fog that has just rolled into the Crossroads region. We'll talk about how long it's going to last, plus these warmer conditions and a strong cold front coming up in weather.
And the Coastal Christian cheer team looks to place high at Nationals in Orlando next week. We'll showcase the full feature story later on in sport.
You're watching 25 News Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie. Don Brubaker has the night off. A Victoria resident says the stray cat problem in his neighborhood has gotten completely out of hand, even after multiple complaints. You might remember local resident Leslie Yendry. We talked with him a few months ago when he said stray cats that were being fed by his neighbor were causing safety and health concerns at his home. Now he says it's taken a turn for the worse. Yendry says on Tuesday morning he heard a loud noise outside his home. He went outside to find 3 dogs attacking one of the stray cats. Yendry says he tried to use a shovel to put the cat back in the neighbor's yard, but instead the cat crawled under his porch. When he called animal control, it took almost 2 hours for someone to show up.
It's heart-wrenching. I love animals. Just to give them food and leave them in the cold and the heat, and they don't get shots, they don't get neutered, they don't nothing. All they do is get some stuff put in a bowl, and that's it.
Yendry says he has made multiple complaints to animal services and wants the city ordinance to change. He's also encouraging people to not feed stray cats. A spokesperson from the Victoria County Animal Services says the incident from Tuesday is currently under investigation and would not comment. Well, Santa is getting very, very close tonight. Not quite in the Crossroads yet, but luckily Rudolph's nose is fully charged because that fog is getting thick out there. Yes. And may cause some trouble on the roads for us anyway.
Definitely.
Santa's good. Yes,
it is definitely very dense outside. Taking a look at the live shot, almost looks like a blizzard outside, but don't be fooled. It's actually a little way too warm for that. And well, southeasterly breeze has allowed for this moisture to continue to roll into the Crossroads region. We're looking like right around half a mile of visibility or less in the Crossroads region, but it's going to continue here as we roll on through the nighttime because we do have a dense fog advisory up for Jackson County all the way down to B County and Refugio County as well, including us here in Victoria. But other places such as DeWitt County, likely going to be seeing some fog continuing here for us as well, as visibility right now at about 1/8 of a mile. We're going to continue to watch the fog roll in, but we do have a cold front on the way. We'll talk about that coming up. Shawna?
Well, Hawaii's Kilauea volcano has been erupting on and off since December 23rd of last year, meaning it's now been active for a full year. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the volcano had its 39th lava fountaining episode on Tuesday. Both the north and south vents erupted at the same time. USGS says the south vent shot lava about 1,400 feet into the air, while the north vent reached about 900 feet. These eruptions can last up to 12 hours and are usually followed by quiet periods that can stretch for more than 2 weeks. 2 people are dead after an explosion and fire at a nursing home in Pennsylvania. Emergency crews were called to the facility Tuesday, about 20 miles northwest of Philadelphia. Police say one of the victims was an employee. Officials now confirm everyone else has been accounted for after earlier concerns that there were people missing. 20 others were taken to the hospital with injuries. The cause is still under investigation, but right now officials believe a gas leak may be to blame. The local utility company says crews had responded to reports of a gas odor in the afternoon, and the explosion happened while they were on scene. The American Academy of Pediatrics is going to court to try to save nearly $12 million in long-running federal grants. Last week, the Department of Health and Human Services ended 7 of the group's grants, and the Academy says it's in retaliation for speaking out against policies they say threaten children's health, including advocating for evidence-based vaccine rules. The group says the cuts hurt programs that help pediatricians prevent and treat serious illnesses, especially in rural areas. Their lawsuit is asking a judge to immediately block the funding cuts and reinstate the grants while the case moves forward. The Justice Department says it has uncovered more than 1 million additional documents that could be related to the Jeffrey Epstein case, and it may take a few more weeks to review and then release them. Officials announced the discovery on social media, saying the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York and the FBI alerted them to the new documents. This comes after a week of rolling releases under a new transparency law and amid criticism that the department had not released everything by the December 19th deadline. The DOJ says it needs time to redact sensitive information in order to protect victims and address legal concerns. Well, for more news, headlines, weather, and sports, you can come to our website, crossroadstoday.com. An inspector at the University of Oklahoma is no longer teaching after a dispute over a student paper on gender. According to the New York Times, student Samantha Fulnicki wrote an essay supporting traditional gender definitions based on biblical teachings, calling the idea of multiple genders, quote, a lie and, quote, demonic. The instructor, Mel Kurth, gave the paper a 0, saying it did not meet assignment requirements. The student appealed, and the university agreed, removing the assignment from her final grade. University officials then put Kurth on leave, reviewed her grading history, and said the incident was isolated. They later announced she would no longer have teaching duties. Kurth has hired an attorney and is considering legal options. Police say an 11-year-old girl escaped an alleged kidnapping attempt by fighting back against her attacker. The incident happened in the afternoon at an apartment complex soccer field in Vancouver, Oregon. Court documents say the girl was playing with friends when 31-year-old Jerson Hartman approached her, grabbed her phone and arm, and told her to come with him. Police say the girl then kicked Hartman in the groin and ran to safety.
Brave little girl. I mean, some kids just, panic. So for her able to quick thinking, her mom must have taught her, you just kick them where it counts and run like crazy.
Neighbors say he is well known in the area where children regularly play. Hartman has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Well, Christmas came early for a group of shoppers in North Texas. A glitch shut down the store's computer system on Monday, and it brought the checkout lines to a standstill. As Natalie Haddad shows us, though, that's when the store manager shocked everyone with a very special gift.
It started as a routine grocery run, the kind millions of Texans make every week. But inside this Burleson H-E-B, something wasn't working.
All right, guys.
Registers down, lines backing up, shoppers waiting and wondering whether they'd have to leave empty-handed.
H-E-B, we love having you as our customers. Thank you for waiting with us.
But then came the surprise. Instead of turning customers away,
So today, everything that you have, we are going to back you up, and we hope every one of you have a very Merry Christmas.
H-E-B employees told them to take their groceries home for free. Carts full, no charge.
There's probably about 1,000 people in the store, at least.
Among them, Melinda Brown. She lives on a fixed income, caring full-time for her husband. And this week, she's preparing for family dinner at Christmas.
I had probably about 4 or 5 bags full of stuff because I've got grandkids coming.
So when Melinda heard those words at checkout,
Bagging them and then you tell them Merry Christmas.
she says it felt like more than good timing.
Made a difference to me because my husband has ALS. He's bedridden and we're struggling. Everybody on a fixed income is struggling right now.
We reached out to H-E-B and simply asked why. And they told us the customer experience is at the heart of what they do.
This is what Christmas is all about. So thank you very much.
No paperwork, no questions, just a moment of relief at a time when Melinda says relief is hard to come by.
Thank you so much.
For her, it was a reminder that kindness can show up when you least expect it,
And that's my H-E-B.
right at the checkout line.
H-E-B operates stores throughout Texas and Mexico. Well, stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. Family stress peaks during the holidays, but it doesn't have to. The simple strategies coming up. Plus a spare bedroom, hundreds of sweaters, and one woman's mission to make people smile. We'll meet the Christmas sweater lady. From an unresolved argument with a relative to the great aunt who's always asking when you're getting married or having a baby, this time of year when different sides of the family get together, it can be two things at once, joyous, but also a bit nerve-wracking. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a clinical psychologist about how to avoid holiday drama this year.
It's time for family, being together, spreading good cheer. But you can love someone and also butt heads.
We're living in incredibly stressful times, and family dynamics are not immune to that.
Clinical psychologist Adam Borland with Cleveland Clinic says the holidays can be wonderful, but can also bring a tremendous amount of potential stress, anxiety, and fear of falling back into old habits. There can be differing views, divisions across the political spectrum, that annoying relative, or an unresolved argument. So even when it's cold outside, all those mixed feelings can leave things a little heated.
It's important to go in with a toolbox in terms of how to manage these potential situations. I think you want to first off begin by planning ahead.
That means deciding which topics are on and off limits. Borland says that may require maintaining boundaries and displaying assertiveness, so be prepared. Next, remember you can't control the behaviors of other family members, only your responses to certain situations. And be aware of your triggers. It's okay to demand a subject change.
I can do my best, and if things get to a point where I don't feel comfortable, it's okay to walk away as well.
And finally, Borland says to buddy up with a relative who's more level-headed or calming, someone who will allow you to enjoy your holiday.
Let's focus on the good things rather than, that family member that knows how to press your buttons, and really focus on why are we all together.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The slain bodies of 2 U.S. soldiers killed during an attack by ISIS overseas have returned to American soil. Today, the Iowa National Guard conducted an honorable transfer of remains. The procession led to a private ceremony at the Air National Guard base in Des Moines. On December 13th, Staff Sergeants Nate Howard and Edgar Torres Tovar were among 3 people killed in an ambush-style attack in Syria. Now their visitation and funerals have been announced. Howard's services will be held on Saturday in Marshalltown. Torres Tovar will be laid to rest on Monday after a Sunday visitation in Des Moines. The President and First Lady hosted their traditional Christmas Eve dinner at their private estate in Florida. Mar-a-Lago is adorned in holiday decor for the occasion. The President gave the thumbs up and waved at cameras during a brief photo op of the private dinner. The President and First Lady relaxed at the dinner after taking calls from children patched through to Florida from the NORAD Santa Tracker headquarters. And for the first time ever, Chicago native Pope Leo XIV is presiding over the Christmas Eve midnight mass at the Vatican. The conclave elected the 69-year-old American in May after the death of Pope Francis. With just 7 months on the job to date, this marks the first ever Christmas Eve mass of his reign. The mass is also special because it's during the Jubilee of 2025, a major event held only every 25 years. This season will culminate with the closing of the Holy Door on January 6th. Some people may poke fun at Christmas sweaters, but one woman in Oklahoma is embracing them. In fact, she has 200 Christmas sweaters. And as Joe Ellison shows us, she uses these sweaters as a way to spread holiday cheer throughout the community.
All right, we're here in LaFleur County in Oklahoma because you're about to meet the Christmas sweater lady. She's bringing smiles to everybody's faces around here, and you're about to see why she's called the Christmas sweater lady. Let's meet her. Her name's Ashley Hill. Merry Christmas! Come on in.
It just spreads so much joy. It really does. The season, it's the season of giving. It's the season of cheer. It's the season of Jesus' birth. I mean, everything we celebrate, it's just, to me, it's a different time of year than any other time.
You have an entire room dedicated to these sweaters?
An entire room. My spare bedroom is my Christmas sweater closet.
Okay, can we see this?
Of course you can. Let's go. Come on. This is it. My Christmas sweater room.
I'm thinking I might need a Christmas
I
sweater.
think you do too.
Do you got one for
me?
me?
I have plenty. Okay. This one literally has the Aldi emblem on it. The vintage built-in
yes, the
turtleneck. Yes. This is one of the vintage ones I've had for probably 15 years. Oh, that one is a lot of fun too.
Okay, I got my sweater on.
Oh, I love it. It looks great.
I feel fantastic.
I love that
Look,
on
I
you.
love the shoulder pads.
It's wonderful.
I love the buttons. Ashley says she started accumulating Christmas sweaters when her aunt who loved Christmas sweaters passed away and left her a few.
So these are actually 2 of the original ones that I have from her.
Ashley enjoys spreading joy when she wears her sweaters out in public, decked out in Christmas cheer.
Oh, you look like a Christmas elf. Oh, well, aren't you Miss Christmas? And it's just, they're like, you look so happy. And I'm like, thank you. Because I always walk around, it makes me happy. I want to make others happy. So I walk around with a smile on my face. And they do. I was called a Christmas elf 3 times in Walmart yesterday.
So why does she do it? Do you have any idea of which one you may pick for tomorrow?
This is the first one for today. I'm going to wear 3 today.
And Ashley says she only had about 5 or 6 sweaters that first year, but she says her collection started to grow after retired teachers and a student started to give her more sweaters. Well, if you see news happening, give us a call in our newsroom at 361-576-0026 or send us an email to staff@crossroadstoday.com.
Well, the fog is continuing to roll into here in Victoria. And well, it's also going to be quite warm for tomorrow. 82 was the high, though. We were 2 degrees off from the record. We're going to talk about this heat plus a cold front that's been rolling in. Coming up. I always enjoy loving or seeing these nativity scenes here in the front of houses because that's what Christmas is all about the Lord Jesus coming here on earth. But thank you to Robert and Martha Hinojosa for sending this in. Great looking house over there. And well, temperature wise, it's not going to be feeling too great here for us. Southeasterly winds are going to continue thanks to high pressure out in the Gulf, but big mess up in California right now as this mid-upper level low pressure system is going to continue to drag this front up into the United States and really cause some issues there for Los Angeles, where they've already received tons of rainfall and likely lots of snow being built up on the mountains there in California, and that's going to be a continuation for tomorrow. Fortunately for us, we have high pressure, and that's why it's been feeling a bit warm. And because it's been feeling a bit warm, we've got visibility issues here in the crossroads, about 1/8 of a mile of visibility going on right now. But as we continue to roll on through the nighttime, it's going to continue to build up here over us, especially through the majority of the crossroads. Here it is, 6 a.m., going to be blanketed with this fog as it continues to roll in. Now, 9 a.m., we're starting to see some clearing take place here, and it's looking right around 10 a.m. that we'll start to see some real clearing take place for us. But then it rolls right back in here again for Thursday afternoon. Now, I have been cooking something for y'all, a little cookie forecast for tomorrow for your Christmas day. And unfortunately, it's going to be feeling close to that oven when you take the cookies out. Going to be 81 there by 4 p.m., getting to 77 by noontime. We'll be waking up right around the upper 60s. So a little bit on the warm side. The warm side trend is also going to continue through the weekend before a frontal system rolls in here. And look at that temperature difference. 57 there Monday, 82 on Sunday. That's a pretty strong cold front if you ask me. And looking at Future Tracker, it does agree with it. Now the cold front does move in here by Saturday afternoon into Lubbock and El Paso, and it's going to continue to roll down. Look at that Monday, 3 a.m., 32 degrees there in Lubbock. Front line looking like it's going to be right around the Bexar County region there around that time. And well, for us, we'll be right around 55 degrees there for the morning. And then the front rolls through and we'll be dropping in temperature. So 53 by 1 p.m., 30s still up in Lubbock in the Texas Panhandle. And we're likely going to be seeing some 30s here for Tuesday morning. We have 42 here as of right now, likely going to get dropped into the upper 30s, 26 up in Lubbock. And then once again, another cold. There you go, 37 right there for Wednesday morning. So going to be a completely different weather pattern here as we head over the next 7 days. But we do have that frontal line that's also likely going to bring a bit of rain there for the morning time on Monday. Likely still going to be overnight showers. So if you're not out and about, you likely won't even notice the showers that will roll through. So give it about a 30% chance for some rain. But until then, going to have to get through some fog and some warm afternoons. The south-southeasterly breeze blowing at about 10 miles per hour. Port Lavaca going to be seeing similar conditions as well, with 77 degrees for the high. And Cuero going to be having that fog in the forecast as well for the morning, and then it'll eventually burn off by 9 a.m. And once again, going to be another warm day. Nice warm Christmas day. It doesn't sound too good to me, but if you enjoyed this spring-like weather, well, Merry Christmas to you. But it's going to be changing here quite soon as temperatures will drop there. So you can see Friday 83 and then Monday or Wednesday morning 35. So completely different weather pattern that's going to be rolling in. Now don't forget to scan the QR code for more news, weather, and sports. And speaking of sports, we got Max.
That's right, Jake. I'm just making sure 35 degrees there in a week from now. Wow, it's crazy that we're going to be low there. 64 up there, 35 on our weather coming up soon. But after the break, we're going to highlight more accolades from Goliad volleyball from this past season. I'll tell you that next. Sports. Happy Christmas Eve, Crossroads. Well, for the next hour and a half before we officially get there to Christmas Day, we had a great sports accomplishments here in 2025. We're adding one more with Coastal Christian Homeschool Cheer Team. Here's their full story about the team and some local cheerleaders from the Crossroads area.
This past month, Coastal Christian Homeschool Cheer Organization has brought back some top places, including a second-place finish at the Teo State Cheer Competition in Waco back in November. This was followed by Victoria native Autumn Lowry being named Teo Varsity All-Star and having the privilege to cheer the Teo All-Star game in early December. She highlights how some of the different lessons she learned being a Teo All-Star this year.
Just being able to work with anyone and everyone, like adapting and overcoming with different teams. Maybe not everyone learned the same way, so you can all learn each other's techniques.
Along with being an all-star, she will be on 4 teams in nationals next week in Orlando, Florida. She's excited to take part of this and showcase her talents.
To be on 4 teams for nationals, so I get to learn 4 different routines. We have one where it's like our little girls, so I get to work with that, and I get to be a base, and then I get to be a flyer for my varsity teams.
Now, being a homeschool cheer program can be difficult since homeschools are not student government funded and have to find a way to make money through fundraising. Along with this, most of the cheer program hasn't left the state of Texas. And for Cheyenne Tyner, she's nervous to travel outside the state of Texas, but wants to embrace the moment in Florida.
Nervous. I mean, again, I've only really been out of state once, and I'm really excited for nationals though. But I've also always wanted to go to Florida, so I mean, it'll be a fun experience.
Now, another teammate that's a little nervous heading into nationals is goalie edge Jewel Bowman, who has only been a part of Coastal Christian cheer program for 1 full year and is making her nationals debut next week. She believes this experience will help build her confidence and try new things.
I think it's a good learning experience so that I'm not scared to go out and try new things and be on stage, and it just would make me more confident in general.
For Laurie, Tyner, and Bowman, and the entire Coastal Christian Homeschool cheer team, they look to bring back elusive hardware from Orlando next week to the Crossroads.
All right, now from cheer to volleyball, where the state champion Goliad Tigerettes volleyball team got some more accolades today from South Texas News. And shout out there to Addison Gendry, Isabel Sanchez being Players of the Year, and then Libero of the Year to Carolyn Youngblood, Middle Blocker of the Year to Maven Wunsch, and then last but not least, shout out to their head coach Jess Odom being named Coach of the Year. So congrats to all these accolades. And if you want to see the full list, go to crossroadstoday.com/sports. And we got 3 games in the NBA tomorrow on Christmas Day. One of them is the Houston Rockets facing the Los Angeles Lakers, and they're looking to kind of flip the switch after their loss to the Clippers. They're back on Tuesday night. That tip-off will be at 7 p.m. We also got the Mavericks and Spurs playing tomorrow on Christmas Day. So got a lot of NBA and NFL there for everyone to just sit back on their couch and enjoy as long as opening those presents on Christmas Day. That's going to do it here in sports. Shawna, back to you.
May just have to be outside, though, and enjoying the warm weather. All right, well, thank you, Max. Well, stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. Christmas Eve gets more exciting when you can watch Santa's progress. We're going to take a look at where he is right now. Don't go away. We have been tracking Santa tonight as he delivers presents, excuse me, across the world with the NORAD Santa tracker. Yeah, I need to get to bed so Santa can come.
Exactly.
The North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, is carrying on this Santa tracker tradition for a 70th year now. So he left the North Pole, then, his usual journey started in the Pacific Ocean, then went to the South Pacific, Western Europe, Africa, and now he is in North America. So kiddos, if you are not in bed and you're trying to stay up, you got to get to bed so that he doesn't pass us. But he's still in the Eastern time zone. He's in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and headed to Montgomery, Alabama. So he's not far.
It's not far.
Not far at all.
He's still in the Eastern time zone, getting over there to the Central time zone. So yeah, it's
and
getting,
if he
getting a little close.
If he can get through the snow and all of that, the fog's not going to be a problem.
It shouldn't be. I'm sure he hasn't had any fog issues yet until he makes his way down here. Where we're at half a mile of visibility right now. Taking a look at the 7-day. We're going to continue with this warm weather here and likely some fog again for Friday morning as well as for Saturday morning. And then we have our cold front moving in here for Monday. Look at that. Temperatures get very cold. 35 in the morning for Wednesday. Wow. Talk about a pattern change. Yeah. New Year's Eve is going to be on the chillier side of things.
If you open up a sweater in the morning, you don't have to wait too long to wear it.
Exactly.
So. All right, well, just checking on Santa again. He's still in Alabama, but he made a little turn, so kiddos, get to bed. All right. Well, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thanks for joining us.